right, Troy is here again. Trust Roy, T Roy, whatever tickles your fancy. Anyone you want to call me, just call me. Let's be going. But I think Trust Roy works. T-Man.
Yeah.
Or
T-Man
T-Roy.
sounds solid. Sounds like drinking body's name.
This is how you make people, bro.
Yeah, the 95 BS podcast is back, and I'm tempted to call this Digital Creators episode. Maybe by the end we'll figure out what we'll call this one.
Okay. It's your boy Sean Michael EK back again at it with another episode, and we're here chilling, vibing, talking about some bullshit that y'all are going through that you can't say unless someone else says it for you. So we're here with someone that will say it for you.
This is the man Alabi Lawrence. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks. It's good to see Michael, Troy. Actually, my name is Troy too, like my nickname.
Maru.
Yes,
cool.
from secondary school.
You see, I just found a brother, man.
But when I rebranded, I had to just dump that name because it wasn't my
working.
birth name. Yeah, it wasn't working. I just
working.
started answering my Alabi, and then doors started opening.
Yeah. Hey?
So there's something with names. Yeah.
This he might be onto something.
My music name is fine like this, Sean Michael EK.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels, you might be the Heartbreak Kid. Like, did you watch WWE? It's Shawn Michaels.
I did.
Heartbreak Kid. So
I did.
maybe that should be your
the
next name of your album, Heartbreak Kid.
Heartbreak Kid.
Could be something.
That's Mado.
I like that.
Heartbreak Kid. You'll be there too. Sean, what did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend? What did I do this weekend? I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so I'm moving to a new apartment, and I was trying to get some things. So I was driving around, basically just moving from house to house, putting my things here, getting my things from here, and all that. And then I met my aunt. We're talking about business, music.
Your rich aunt, is it that one?
Yes, no, it's that
very
one.
rich one.
Very rich auntie.
Oh wow.
So like,
tell her I say hi. Hi, auntie.
No. leave him out of this. So yeah, it was just with my aunt. So it was Rukasani before, like Friday. Friday is a weekend, right?
Yes, actually, my weekend starts from Wednesday, so Friday too.
I'm starting dropping, so I was with Lawrence. I'm happy. Big name things.
Put me for ground though.
Big name.
All right, man. Me, what did I do over the weekend? Not a lot of things, but I ensured to spend 3 hours of my time watching Sela. It's a new film on Netflix. It's Indian. This one is Tollywood. Yeah. It's the arm of the Indian movie industry that caters to. I'm struggling to remember the word, but it sounds like Togrim or something like that. TE. It's a language, but it's not Hindi.
Talog or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I think the movie is pretty decent. And I feel after watching it, I was like, we should sometime have a Nollywood and Bollywood. The action parts that we're lacking on. I think now we're getting our stories right.
They will compensate for that.
Yeah, they'll compensate for that, like from the director and like. But I'm not talking the slow action. Those.
I feel that.
But that's their selling point. The slow action.
Did you watch the new Shah Rukh Khan movie that came out? Shah Rukh Khan. Y'all don't know Shah Rukh Khan?
What's the name of the film?
I don't know the name of the film. I don't know.
I just saw Animal as well. So if that's the person you're
Shah
talking
Rukh
about.
Khan? God damn, man. Shah Rukh Khan?
I know the dude.
Jesus Christ.
I know what he looks like.
You know what he looks like?
Yeah.
But he dropped a movie with his wife was the one that produced the whole thing. But he was the main actor. It was an amazing movie, guy.
Shah Rukh Khan is like their top star there.
Yes,
He's
now.
like their top star.
Yes, now that's a Emeka Ike. That's the Indian Emeka Ike. What you saying?
Look, you're looking for trouble.
Did I send any of you people?
Alright guys, I mean this is the 95 BS podcast where we drag your employers, your employees, your people that have left us in the 9 to 5 metrics. And we have Lawrence Alabi here. Lawrence, have you ever worked in 9 to 5 before?
Yes. Okay, I've been working since I was 14. So for the most part of my teenage years and deep into my, I think when does adulthood start?
25.
From 25.
I don't know.
No,
Yes,
from 20.
20.
Yes, it has to
No,
start
like,
from 20.
I mean, 18, your parents will be like,
there's
well,
a
you're
response-
18, but
As a man in
you're
Nigeria,
still-
19,
yeah.
you're
If you're talking about like adulthood, you mean like responsibility wise? Like 25 is okay now. Because like if guys, you can still make mistakes at 22.
Bro,
Yeah.
20.
You said there are some ages you can't afford to make mistakes, but
Right.
I digress. So it was from like 14 till I was 27. I was in active 9 to 5.
Whoa.
Sick.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was in active 9 to
That
5.
is absolutely insane.
Yeah, so I just branched out a bit semi when in my 27th year on Earth. So that was when I started discovering myself, and it was like, okay, my talents are more than what I am given, so I had to.
When I'm not 27, so maybe by the time I'm 27.
Really, is that your football age?
The epiphany, my eyes open, and I will know the good and bad. but that's crazy. So what kind of jobs did you do at the time?
Should I start from the genesis?
Yeah. Genesis is usually.
You know what? Before we get to the genesis, right?
Okay, yeah.
I think you should have a taste of bullshit. What do you think?
Yeah. Come on. You need
Taste
a
of bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
So we have this brand new cocktail brands that we're trying to see if by the end of the season we might, float something decent out of this. So it's
Okay.
called the Taste of BS.
Yeah.
Very fantastic choice of name, don't you think? Many people drinking bullshit.
Brands
Yeah,
actually
like-
pay me to taste their stuff, so hopefully it's not bullshit.
Hopefully it's not. Okay.
Troy, are you tasting how diluted this is?
It's probably ice melting.
Eyes.
What's in it?
Some sugar, cinnamon,
some-
citrusy,
Little HTO.
little H2O.
The citrus vibe is given.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now. So please, from the genesis, sir.
Okay. So I finished. I was a lucky student in secondary school, and then I finished at the age of 14 as high school. WAEC and everything passed, but then I could not pass JAM. So I started working at one local kiosk, or is it store? It was like an abandoned container.
Yeah.
The guy there sold recharge cards, made phone calls. That time we had phone booths, literally, where people would go and make calls. Yeah, buy physical recharge card and everything. So that was the first place I ever worked.
Whoa.
You get me? Yeah, I was working there for like 4 years or 3. Yeah, I think 4 years. And then it's in the space of that 4 years, the guy was a very good businessman, like sharp guy, but doesn't like paying salaries. Yeah, but it was very good at lobbying and growing his business. And then he secured a deal with MTN. I don't know if it was MTN he secured it with directly or a subsidiary, but it was coinciding with the time when the government wanted people to register SIM cards. I'm like talking about the very first time. This was like 2011, 2012. Yeah, so that was how I went from selling recharge cards and doing phone calls to actually registering. That was when I started working with the computer and registering SIM cards for people. There was nothing like NIN then, so it was not stressful, but there were a lot of people, but at the same time, they were not threatening to ban anybody's line. So it was good. Then the place where I was registering the same card was Uniben Main Gate. So from there, I had like a second employer who he saw that, okay, I liked computers and everything. And then he put me in charge of the shop, the complex where he was doing things. So I would register SIM cards at the same time. When people would want to come and take passports, like students want to take passports, I'll take their passports, I'll print it out, I'll photocopy. It was like extra. At that time, I didn't even know I was doing 2 jobs, but I just like it was just even the fun of leaving the house, because like I was this typical get inside. So when the opportunity came to always leave the house, and
I think Sean can relate.
when the opportunity came to always leave the house, I was doing it with my entire vigor.
Everything.
Then on the side, I was making some kind of sales on SIM cards, because we would buy SIM cards then, like, we'll buy SIM cards like 5 naira. We'll be selling it like 200 naira. So we'll sell like 200 naira. Then they would say, okay, register it for me. This was illegal, but I would say, yeah, pay 100 naira to register. So I was making money. And for a while, I was not thinking about school again. Like, I was like 16 and I was having, at the time, maybe like 40,000 naira in my account. And I'll be like, I'm 1,000 there. So it went on for a while. But then my background, my folks, they are so education oriented. So even if you like bring 1 million naira home,
if you never go to school,
yes, you are useless. So you had to go to school. Then I still had the problem of, I don't know if I was not concentrating well, but I would never pass post-UME. I can ace jam in, like, without trying hard. My scores were always nice, but post-UME, I don't know if it was specific to that university where I was, Uniben, but I never got it. The only time I now got admission was they gave me physical health education, and I was like,
what were you applying for before?
Computer science. And I was like, what did I do with physical PhD?
I can see.
But then in retrospect now, I wish I took that.
That PhD.
Yes, I wish I took that. Well, so in the course of me chasing computer science, a polytechnic offered me computer science. That is Auchi Polytechnic in Edo State, because all my earlier days were in Edo State. Yeah. So for a while I stopped working because I had to go to school. I wasn't doing anything. So what was sustaining me was money I had saved without even knowing that it would work for me. Yeah. So Polytechnic is actually 2 years each for one diploma. Yeah. So after my first diploma, I was out. I couldn't go back to registering SIM cards under the sun and doing photocopy, because in my head I'm like,
you're seeing the light.
It's not about seeing the light. I'm like, myself, I don't enter school now, now I be fine boy now. Like, why would I go and say, come and do photocopy to students like me? I had this pride. But after diploma, it's not really mandatory, but you are required to do an industrial training. Get me? So I now applied for some places. That was when I moved to Lagos, because I was not seeing any prospects for myself in Benin City. So I moved to Lagos and applied for some places, tried, and then I got accepted into a proper 9-to-5 place. It was a flour mill. I don't know if I'm permitted to say the name, but basically it was a flour mill. So I was working at the corporate aspect, not the factory.
Things,
yeah, the corporate aspect. It was they were based in Ikeja. So I was part of.
You're part of the industrial.
Yes, I was part of the industrial attaché or IT student or IT trainee for the ICT department. You get?
Yeah.
That was my first time I was wearing tie and shirt and pants and fake shoes to go every day, because my mom's place was at K2.
Yeah.
The office was Ikeja. I would go every day to work wearing my tie, feeling like I'm like a bank worker. This is corporate shit and stuff. I was enjoying it. Salary was 25k. This was 2015, before the current dispensation of the new people that took over. So 25k at that time, it wasn't small.
Yeah, it's pretty average.
Yes, but it was like it was way above the minimum wage then. Yeah, I think it was like 6k above the minimum wage, and I could do something like I wasn't paying for rent. I was staying in my mom's house, so I could sort my personal bills. I'm not even a frivolous spender. I'm very frugal, so I could sort my bills. We would do BlackBerry instant subscription for like 1.5, and it was unlimited. Life was sweet in Nigeria. So 25k was good.
Things fell apart.
Yeah. So I didn't really have an issue with my second 9 to 5 employer. Unlike the first employer I had, who would not pay salaries on time, and that was but it wasn't really toxic. But because I now found a way to also make money for myself. I was not depending on the salaries. But the place where I worked for my IT, the contract was for 1 year. Do you understand? So it's usually 1 year, then you go back to school for your HND, or you do direct entry into a university. Do you understand? In my head, I'm like, I don't want to go to a university. My friends, my girls are still in Aochi Polytechnic, so
See you.
I'm still in Aochi Polytechnic. So like, let me just do let me just go back for HND. So of course the job contract expired, and I tried to enter Aochi Polytechnic again. I didn't get in. Now this one is not like you write any exam. You just go and submit your documents and they assess it or stuff like that. But I didn't get in for some weird reason that I can't even
pinpoint.
Yes, till this day. But so I was back in Lagos from like 2016, January, February, March, April. I was jobless. I was despondent. I was like depressed because in my head I was already used to leaving the house every morning. You know, like I loved walking. Do you understand? I loved walking so much. But
what,
there was...
What was the... I don't use the word worst, but that's the only word that's coming to my head now. So what was the worst part of that jobless period for you?
Not having money. There's nothing worse than that.
And
especially when you
eats you up, man.
Especially
you've been used to having money.
Yes, like okay, now it's like okay, you come from a place of not having, then you start having, then you go back to not having again. It's crazy. Like it will mess up your psyche. Like especially when you were trying to get used to at least having. It's not like you are rich, but you are just having.
You just did.
Yes. Then you now go back to square one, and it's like hopeless. But then, as luck would have it, there was another Chinese company close to my area too, at Oregon, Ikeja. And one day like this, one of my church member saw me, was coming back from work because he was working there. I just didn't, bro, I need job. How far now? And he said I should come on Monday. I went to the place on Monday, and the job, the role that was vacant was for procurement officer. I had zero experience. It's IT. I want to come and do press computer and do your internet and help you out debugging stuff. And he said it's procurement, and I was like, okay, I'm a fast learner, I'll do it. And it was actually good. Yeah, because I didn't even have to do any interview. He was translating for the Chinese man because he knew how to speak Chinese. He was translating that this guy is good. Then he took me under his wing and taught me the basics of procurement and everything. So that was my next 9 to 5 for a Chinese company. But then I had problems there because like 3 months later he left that branch. They took him to another branch. So my mentor my protector was no longer there. Then I had to like face my Chinese bosses directly. Yes. So I encountered a lot of problems there. Like disagreements, like language barrier. I don't want to call it racism.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't want to call it racism because I can't believe anybody can be racist to me in my own country. But how we So I just like I'll just call it like misunderstanding, and is the boss. Like
were you ever tempted to learn Mandarin at any point in time?
Yes, I was, now so that they'll increase my salary. Because if you could speak Mandarin, if you could communicate with them well, they would promote you fast. They might even send you to China. Do you understand? My salary then was 45k, but those who could speak Mandarin, they were earning as high as 350k monthly in 2016. That was crazy money.
That was
yes, that was crazy money. So after a while, school thing came up again. So close to December, I tried going to school again. I tried applying, and this time I got it in. But then I was so I was back in love with money, with having money in my pocket. It was hard for me to make the decision to go to school, but I just had to like, you know what? Me, I quit. Yeah. So it was one situation where, we had a scuffle, not like a physical scuffle, just like a verbal misunderstanding with my Chinese boss, and she was giving. I'm like, why woman they talk to me like this, man? Fuck it. I know they do it again.
Was that your last 9 to 5 job?
No, it wasn't my last 9 to 5.
Okay.
It wasn't my last 9 to 5. I know they do it again. So I went back to school. But while I was in school, you know, like with age comes experience, and you'll be able to handle matters differently. While I was in school, my friends owned one of my very good friend was growing his website, his blog. Do you get me? And then so I don't even know how the conversation went again, but you know, from like cruise, I make we do this thing together now. And then we started working together on the blog, and it grew. So that was like my next semi 9 to 5. But while I was in school, it wasn't 9 to 5. It was just like part-time. When I graduated in 2018, I came back to Lagos. Then it was now a proper 9 to 5. Going to the office every day, blah, 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 blah. Till 2022. That was when I now branched out to start doing things for myself. Yeah. But all in all, the only time I had problems or bullshit in my 9 to 5 was with the Chinese
barrier.
Yeah. French, Chinois.
I mean, during COVID, I saw a lot of videos of Nigerians
fighting.
In China, facing some form of, you didn't want to call it racism, but bro, calling it straight up, like it was racism.
It was racism.
And I'm missing some videos recently too about some Chinese guy or some Chinese guys in a mining village or somewhere in Nigeria, or I don't know where it is. Video didn't give a lot of context, but
there's so many videos like that in Congo. Like Asians are, bro.
The show will be alright.
So racism.
Yeah.
Racism as the bullshit of a 9 to 5. I don't know. A lot of people would have probably experienced this in a different way, you know, in a much more worse way. What do you think? Like, let's say, as a black person working for a white person in a white man's country, do you think that they would have it rougher than we have it here? Like, what do you think
they play?
Now the thing is, I can't give a direct opinion on that because I've never experienced it. But from the stories
that you've heard,
heard, read, watched, seen, you know, like the world is a global village, so everything happening everywhere. We have access to those information. So, there's racism in.
Okay, so I mean, let's
mad
talk about
racism.
you now. You're now working in the digital creator space, right?
Yes.
What is it like being a digital creator?
It is challenging. There's pressure.
Yeah.
What do you mean by pressure and challenging?
Okay, now the pressure. First of all, people always want to blow. Yeah. Now, if you blow and the demand for you or for your brand is more than what you can supply, that's a problem. You get me? That's a big problem because you'll be under pressure to always want to produce the next thing that will go viral or that will make your fans happy or make that advert that will pop, you know, like basically my should I say niche in the digital creator career is in entertainment. And I will put into perspective, like, people who these things have happened to. Some people who go to BB Ninja. I was actively trying to get into BB Ninja in 2018, 2019 on the side. Because me too, I wanted to blow. But looking back, I'm thankful.
I don't think I can do that big in Nigeria.
I'm thankful it didn't happen. Now, why did I say this is?
All right, I was going to ask why.
Yes, some people go into that show, right, thinking once they go in like this and show their faces on TV, that's all it takes. And then when you come out from the house, brands will just be throwing deals at you. Yeah, listen. But then, yes, maybe in the first 3 weeks or in the first 2 weeks, especially if you have good voice, you have good face, or you're beautiful and you have charisma and everything, you come out and brands are throwing adverts at you. I'll give it 3 months. And most of these guys find themselves under pressure to want to keep up with that new level of fame that they just dropped on them. You get, that's the pressure that I'm talking about. And it cuts across every other aspect in the digital world. Like the pressure to keep up with the trends, the pressure to ignore trolls, the pressure to always want to be right. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Once you step into the limelight in the digital world, you cannot afford to be wrong one day, because they will cast you down. There are people actively waiting to cast you down. So you can't afford to be wrong. So sometimes it's even worse than your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is between you and
Your manager.
Yes, maybe if you go home, you even forget that thing happened. The next day you're working, but there are some days like just be like, there's nothing in my head to create at this point. And you know that if you don't create, Nigerians will move on from you.
Yeah.
Right.
You get me? So like there's pressure and it's a lot, it's challenging. Keeping up consistency is hard, especially in this space where we have so many competition. Like that, everybody's talented in Nigeria. Nobody's special. If you think you are thinking of an idea that only you want to just keep for yourself, maybe you just want to hoard it for like 2 weeks.
2 years.
2 years.
That's a lot though.
2 weeks. You see, on Monday, somebody has shot that your idea and you didn't share the rooms, because people have untapped talents. Yeah. And you see, like it's very with social media, with digital, it is easy to achieve virality. Now the challenge is keeping up with that virality and being an actual content creator. That is hard.
This thing you're saying about what's it again? Having a viral moment, or ideas. You know? I had a similar experience sometime, I think it was 2017, 2018. So I had this very brilliant idea. I was like, my summer is coming up. I was thinking of, okay, how about to create a camp for kids, right? And I'll get my music producer friends, get. I would do like a camp for kids summer, call it something. I mean, I had like a genuine motive of training, helping kids just, navigate their way into the arts. You don't reach 1 week. My guy sent me a link to Twitter.
Somebody don't do.
Jemima Osunde, I can never forget, put out, it was exactly the same idea.
And you didn't say anything to her?
The name, now 1 letter or 2 change inside. Mine was supposed to be called like the Cool Kids. I'd already opened an Instagram account. And in her whole tweets about like putting these whole things together, it was like, let's create the Cool Kids. I was like, ha!
That's it is.
And when I was talking to my friends about it, I was like, bro, wherever ideas fall from, they don't fall on one person's head. Yeah. Right? They fall on one's
it's like rain. Yes. It's like
rain.
To
use it's fine.
Yeah. I think that affects a lot of
like
creators.
It's like so. I've even lost count. Yeah. Even the because I like exclusive. Like I have a standard that I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. So sometimes I've thought of an idea with my wife like this. Okay, we're going to do it on Thursday. Okay, we're going to shoot it on Friday. Okay, we're going to shoot it on Monday. On Wednesday the next week, I'll just see that somebody has put out that same idea with, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's let it. Let's move on. There was one that was really painful to me. Now it wasn't originally my idea, but nobody was really doing it in Nigeria at the time. And then I slacked. And like a month later, I saw that same thing. So obviously that person got the idea from where I watched it from. That. So you see, these are the challenges and like the pressure to keep up. But yeah, you just have to know your value. And it also is the same thing in 9 to 5. There pressure, like there's pressure, especially in this inflated economy. There's pressure.
I mean, so okay. I think that would be a question I'll reserve for later.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like with every other job out there are job hazards, right?
Yes.
What are the job hazards associated with what you do as a digital creator?
Now everything is online. The number one job hazard is one day like this, Mark Zuckerberg can just say, you know what, fuck you guys, I have enough money, delete Instagram. Yeah. Or the guys who own YouTube will say, you know what, yes, delete it. Or Elon Musk will just say, you know what, this 44 billion, don't worry, let me just give it to charity, so just delete Twitter. You know, like, so like these 3 apps I just called are like the main source of income.
Right.
Do you understand? Online for most creators, especially me. So like that is number one hazard, that okay, it's not yours. No matter how much no matter how big you are, it just takes one click to have your account deleted, even hacked.
True.
So that's like an hazard. That's like an hazard.
Someone was sharing a story about how like when Elon Musk was bought over Twitter and was trying to change to X, that somebody had the name X.
Yes.
And the person was hoping to negotiate that. They just one click remove the guy, gave him one other name.
They gave him another name, X1234.
Push the guy one.
See their powers. Yeah. That's just the thing. Like now the thing is, some people would want to. Now this is not even about digital creation, but some people would want to leave their safe 9 to 5 and diverse or dive into entrepreneurship or working for yourself.
Call my name without calling my name.
No way, let me land. Yes.
What are the kind of DMs you get
on
social media?
Crazy DMs though, like from people would want me to dress this way, talk this way, shoot this kind of content this way, or they would say, there was one person that entered my DM. So now Elon Musk monetized Twitter, and the person entered my DM, maybe with good intention. I was like, your engagements, okay, I think the message was, your followers are too much and your engagements are not popping anymore. I want to be giving you ideas on what to tweet and how to tweet, and you give me 10% of your monthly revenue. And I'm like, okay, let me see the example of what you want to tweet. And the person sent me one nonsense unintellectual dumb question tweet that was not even, now this is no shading people who post on intellectual posts. That's their niche. But that's not my forte. That's not what I pride myself in. Like I said before, like I have a standard. And I was just angry. So there are people in my DMs who try to police what you post, or no, don't say this, no, you can't say it, no, don't put mouth in this, or blah, blah. Sometimes they come with good intention. The other times they just want to get in your head. But DMs are not worse. It's the comment section that is.
Yeah.
The comment section, because DMs can be controlled, that you lock it and only people you follow, or maybe brands. But most times brands will rather go to your email, or they'll go through your manager. Do you understand? But comment section, there's a free word. It's like open source. Anybody can just come and say anything. And the difference between Instagram and Twitter is, on Instagram you can see a bad comment and just swipe and delete it. You can't delete Twitter. You will see it and you think about it. Yes, you'll be like, make I find this guy, make I beat him up. But that's another BS in the social media.
I mean, as an active user of social media, has there been any time that remotely you, because I mean, I hear people that it can just be something as simple as, you said Arsenal is shit, and then you start getting death threats.
No, I've not got death threats before, but I've actually got death threats. So
Please enlighten us.
it was very funny because after I got it, like I'll start from the end. After I got the threat, I checked the person's profile. I did my findings. I saw the person's name and I saw the person's location. It was in Delta State. And then I saw the person's picture. And the person was a small girl. Like not younger than my youngest sister. You get? And I was just defeated. Like if I want to fuck this one up, like it would be like I'm flexing muscles unnecessarily. So I was sad that I couldn't get back at that person. But the person was a fan of one of the BB Ninja stars that won one of the edition recently.
Damn.
Yes, the person was a fan. And in one of my tweets, my playful tweets, I kind of like sarcastically praised the person, but people with sound mind would know that this was not praising. Do you understand? So I don't know, maybe that person put that tweet in mind. Since I will just tweet and go because I don't even want to beef anybody, because I believe like I can collaborate with anybody and we'll all make money and take bread together. So I have no beef for anybody. But most fans are toxic and they don't understand how this thing works. So the person started mentioning me on Twitter, and then the person said that anywhere they are planning to kill Lawrence, I'll be there. And then I saw it, I was like, That's when I found out the person. I was just like, oh, let me leave this person alone. So that's the only time that I got death threats. But what I get a lot, especially from Black Americans, because sometimes my posts go into American social media space, and they might not understand the context. Like I might tweet something funny about Donald Trump, and they will just come, you monkey from Africa. Like a black man is actually calling me a monkey, and I'm like, see, you left Africa with chains, not Cuban chain or like chains.
Have a sip of bullshit.
So that's just it. Nothing serious to really get me. The only thing I fear, or the only thing I'm wary of, is not getting hacked or losing my account, because
how do you protect yourself?
I don't click on any link on my phone. Nothing. Because I've actually been hacked before. Yeah, so that was where I learned. Because they cajoled me with one. That time I was upcoming. So like the first time they said that we're going to pay you $70 to do one thing, to just I was like, what? Really? To just post? And I was on like I think like 50k followers. So the money was big for my. I was like, okay, sharp. We're chatting and they were like, okay, download this, click this link to download this thing and fill the form. Brother, so I clicked the link like this. I didn't know it was a phishing link. I clicked the link, tried to open the form. It was not opening. I didn't know. Maybe now the way phishing works is, as you click the link, they can just send a malware to your system. And maybe they took my password and they logged in from there. 5 minutes. I couldn't access my accounts. See, my chest was
palpitation no go be choice.
Bro, my chest was, I wanted to die. Because it was fun. Like I had just started making money on social media and everything. Like I was like, the brand was building, it was coming out. And then the account, and to build the account is not a child's. So, but I got the account back through the help of a friend, and
I think it's crazy. I had an experience one time. I was planning a reading, my book reading, and we had a book launch. So I was just 1 hour to the time I had access to the venue, and I was in a restaurant eating. It was a Sunday afternoon. And then I tried to log into my IG. I just saw a notification. Someone's trying to log into your Instagram from Brazil. Like, what's happening here? Omo, No, I tried several times. I just thought, okay, because what I had done before is I changed the password to my Gmail. So I put my IG in another Gmail. So I just went there straight and changed the password to that Gmail account. So hoping that maybe it was from there. I did that first. I called the IT guy in my office. I said, bro, how far? What's going on? He said, log out. It gave me a few things to do. I was there sweating it. I tried until immediately I did it. I did my 2-factor verification, sent to my WhatsApp. I was like, bro, Instagram way I did manage. For me, it wasn't just about the numbers. It was sentimental attachments plus.
Yes, now like that my account has been since 2011.
Whoa.
It's crazy.
Like since 2011, you didn't see me to hack. Now that okay, my head don't they come out small. I don't they blow small. You won't go hack me. It was back and we're hacking each other like this. Finally, I prevailed, and
so now they call you guys influencers, right?
Yeah, I don't even see myself as an influencer.
Okay,
I like that.
Okay, you don't see yourself as an influencer.
Nah.
So what do you think about
It's
like
too generic
for that everybody wants to be a digital creator or quote unquote an influencer?
Yes, because they think it is easy. They think it is like it's like an escape that okay, you just become an influencer. Okay, you just have 200,000 followers today, and then the money will just be raining down and blah. Even me, I used to think it was like that.
We're going to talk about the money pretty soon, but let's go to the streets of Lagos and find out what people think about being influencers or digital creators. Do you think it's wise that everybody right now on social media wants to be an influencer? We'll be right back.
Yeah, don't doubt that. Big companies, big organizations are looking for content creators to help them influence their target market. So yeah, content creation could be taken as a full-time work. It's actually a full-time work, kind of, as long as you know what you're doing, you have like a niche basically you're like focused on. Yeah, there are people that are looking for your service. They need you to reach those audience that they want you to reach. Yeah, so great.
It is a real job because I feel majority of people who earn right now, the internet has made it very easy for them to earn. So it's actually a real job. If you know what you're doing, you'll be able to use the internet to your advantage. It's actually a real job because a lot goes in content creation, paying for venues, being creative is a tax. So actually it's a real job. So yeah.
Yes, I think in 2024, right, and moving ahead, I think content creation is like a very interesting job that people will actually look forward to. Yeah, first thing, content creation is not like you have to be a comedian or you have to be. Content creation is more like, so for example, I follow football stuffs, right? I think Manchester United recruited a content creator recently. Like, he was a designer, but started creating videos, and I feel like that was a job. That was a job for it. And then if you watch this current AFCON, right, I think one of the most interesting thing about AFCON, if you go to the IG page, is how their videos are created. Like, you see that there is impact like on that content creation for them. So I think it's a very good, like, it's a job moving forward for people, right? Now you should know how to create videos, not as skits or comedy or whatever, normal videos to portray brands, to portray complaints and all of that. So I think it's a good job.
Okay, so I mean, we've heard what people in Lagos have to say, right? Lawrence, finally, before we let you go, we heard that people that are digital creators are richer than us that are working 9 to 5. That's if I've not lost my job by the time this episode.
Where's the proof?
What? Oh wow!
But then I want to say something. Yeah, the opinion of people on the Vox Pop, it was like very nice, and I just want to clarify that it is okay to want to be an influencer. In fact, like the space is like influencer marketing in Nigeria is just scratching the surface. Like there will be there are more people coming that are, because like I said, Nigerians are massively talented,
very
and we are and we are underrepresented. Do you understand? So anybody can be an influencer, but the misconception I want to stop is it is not easy, and it's not going to be like a
breakthrough.
Yes, it's not going to be like okay, now it's fine, like I can just sit and people. You have to actively be thinking of new things to create, to make sure you feed the demand, you supply the demand rather. Do you understand? So like it's hectic. It's a proper 9 to 9, not even 9 to 5. Do you understand? Because you can't afford for anything to go
It's
wrong.
like
And then you cannot even afford to be wrong. One, if you say a wrong thing on an issue, you might fall in with the wrong side of your fans, or you get cancelled. And it's like it's a lot. But the sky is open for anybody. Anybody can, like, you don't even have to be good at anything, but anybody can be a creator. Anybody can be. Once you're a storyteller and you're in the arts.
On Twitter, do you think that people are even worse with their words now because of Elon Musk's money?
yes.
Twitter has just always been that place.
No, and Twitter has always been that place. Twitter in Nigeria gained.
They call it X now, bro.
Yes, bro. Nobody's gonna call it X. We still call Nepa.
Yeah.
It's still Twitter.
Yeah. So Twitter really gained ground in 14, 15, 16, 17 from savage comments and savage replies. So like the modus operandi of Twitter is you have to be savage, you have to be witty. No, but those savage comments were witty. Do you understand? Like they weren't toxic.
Yeah.
But now, before even Elon Musk came,
They are wicked people, man.
bro, they are people from unhappy homes. Like people from unhappy homes. Like there's a popular meme on Twitter that somebody posted. I think his name is Anthony. He was like, "Welcome to Twitter. Somebody from an unhappy home will respond to you." People from unhappy home are on that app. You can literally say, "I love oranges," and somebody that is not even following you or does not know where you're coming from or your perspective will just come and say, "So you say you love oranges. What will now happen to mangoes? Are you trying to say that mango is bitter or mango is useless?" No, bro. No, sorry, no vex. I'm saying I love oranges. I'm not even. Mangoes is not even in the discussion. No, this guy they gba. Why you go talk say you like orange? You can't leave mango. So maybe waiting mango. Bro, but this is not me and mango. Like this is not a mango conversation. I'm just saying my personal preference is I like oranges. Do you understand? So like that's one of the toxic.
Do you think TikTok is even worse? I saw a tweet some time ago and
No,
somebody
TikTok, they are wicked.
somebody screenshot the comment section of this babe that had this lace wig on.
See,
I was like, whoa.
Now let me tell you something. Yeah, if you were in Twitter long enough, if you've been on Twitter long enough, TikTok comment section is what Twitter used to be like. It's just fun.
Yeah.
They don't mean it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They don't mean. I feel they don't mean it because me, I'm a lover of dark humor.
Bro, I was screaming. You see the humor?
See, there was a video of
Somebody said, God go rest on the seventh day. All this air just
They
go
will just
down, they
create
create anything they
anything.
like.
See, there's a video of somebody who had there's a video of somebody who I want to use the political correct word. An impediment in his eyes.
Yeah.
Dancing, like correct trending dances, like 2024 style of dance.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It was amazing that this guy knows all these steps. Bro, open that TikTok comment and be like, how will he get to see this? I see where he's going. I see. Like how did he see the dance steps? It's just dark humor.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And they are savage but they don't really mean.
They don't mean.
They
They
are not mean.
Yeah.
They are not attacking. They are just having fun. Do you understand? If you have the heart for dark humor, you even appreciate it more. Do you understand? But you see Twitter, they mean it. Like they mean it. They mean it on that app. Like I hate you.
There's nothing you can do.
But the difference is with Twitter is if they see you in real life, they can't do shit.
Yeah.
They just believe. That's why I was laughing when he said he was scared that somebody will come and hit him. Like they no go. They will see say, Michael, I be a fan. It's for real. Like
So you guys hate me on the internet and love me in real life.
see,
It's
most
God
of
damn
them.
judge all
But
of you.
the comments on Twitter, they are meaner. They are mean.
Shit, man.
And they will get to you no matter how tough your skin is. You just be like, why these people hate me? I know they
Yeah.
but you get used to it. TikTok is fun. Instagram is love.
Love and light.
Yes. Oh, we
So
love
we
you.
thought.
We love
If you see the comments I get on this,
They told you look like cookies now.
no, that was on Twitter. Sef.
That was Twitter.
That was on Twitter, sef, but on Instagram is different. Instagram is full
Instagram
of
is love.
you know.
Yeah, Instagram is love.
I feel you.
But there's money in. I won't lie.
Yeah.
There's money in the digital space, and
All right,
there's
here
more
I
money.
go.
coming in.
2024.
Like, I'll come out with your trousers and show me.
There's money.
Make
There's
that money.
we are surviving in Nigeria. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
What would you like to, you've just spoken about the bullshit in your 9-to-5s that you've
Yeah.
had since you were 14 years old,
Yes.
which is quite incredible if you ask me. But who would you think would like have something important to add to what you said today? Like, who do you want to refer to come and talk on this show?
Who would I want to?
Metro board.
Maybe my friend Salem.
Okay.
Salem King.
Get to say them there.
Sailor.
And
Okay.
then maybe OA, Senior Man OA. So those are my guys. And if you can, Kagan. So those are my guys in my field.
Yeah,
They
space.
they are storytellers, and I learn a lot from them. So
Okay.
I think they.
So we'll be reaching out to these people.
Omo,
You will
this
see,
has
you will come
been
here. You will talk.
this has been a rather interesting conversation.
Yeah.
At least I know one thing for sure. As I'm getting ready to be a digital creator, a full-time digital creator, I should have tough skin.
Yes. Yeah.
That I learn to ignore people. And yes, it's financially rewarding.
Yeah.
That should
Yes,
be
if you're
enough
consistent.
motivation
Yeah.
to do anything. If people can spend millions of naira or run into dollars to jackpot from Nigeria, you should as well be able to know that in digital space it takes you less money than that, and it might be able to work out.
And I've learned that nobody's going to slap me in real life.
Bro, nobody's going to. If they slap you, slap them back.
See that woman? That's how that woman thought. And she was telling the woman, that's not what God has planned for
No,
you.
see, let me tell you something.
That's what she
Let me tell you
thought.
what happened. That was like, no, let us say, maybe what we want is not what God wants. You know, she said, see, if I know you now, I for slap you. Then she said, I for slap you.
I know you now.
The presenter was not laughing.
Yeah, why
It's because she didn't slap. Like she wouldn't have. But the presenter was laughing.
The man was
in a
laughing,
mocking.
like, oh,
and
yeah.
I'm fighting for the love of my life here, and you are laughing. And okay, this is content to you. I'll give you content.
Bro, every time I see that video,
It is always
it's
funny.
hilarious.
This is always funny.
Man, Lawrence, thank you very much for joining us on this conversation.
Thank you for having us. Let me have the taste.
Yeah, just of BS again.
Lawrence. I'm coming to hold your trousers.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on YouTube, IG, watch our videos, share with your friends and family. This is the only podcast not the only podcast, but this is one of those podcasts where you will never find airheads right here. It's not what do you bring to the table conversation. That's not what we're doing here.
I don't date guys who live in
In
Ikorodu.
Oh, that's what we're doing here. So yes, please find us on our social media, follow, share, watch, like. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
My voice seems like it's back, but a little bit with more punch, that kind of Dan Foster, register, great voice, who I compare it to again on the radio? Rick D's on the midday always says, yeah, I know. You probably don't know who those people are, but
You're not Gen Z.